Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and this is day 20 of the 80 Days to Your Dream Body course. Today's protein source is going to be pork belly, and today is an active recovery day. So right now, I'm going to be taking you through some stretches to help stretch the spiral line, which is going to help improve your posture, your movement, and help improve your spinal mobility. Now let's get started. Next, we are going to be focusing on the spiral line. And for the spiral line, we're going to start with a seated twist. For the seated twist, we are obviously going to be in a seated position. And then what we want to do is we are going to flex one hip and knee. The hip and knee that's flexed, we want the foot over the knee. So we're just going to place it. So we want the foot roughly in line with the knee. And then with the same side arm of the foot that is draped over the knee, we are going to twist our body and place it behind our body. And then what we're finally going to do is with the arm, we want to go ahead and we are going to place the arm in line with the tibia of the leg that is crossed. And we are going to maintain that for 60 seconds. And I'm just going to twist a little bit more so you guys could see it from a different angle. But got the leg draped over. I'm going to restart the clock right now. So try and get that hand behind you and really twist as much as you can. So for this one right over here, the spiral line, this is going to be terrific at improving your spinal mobility right now. And in case you guys are mishearing me, I'm not saying spinal line, I'm saying spiral. Like when you throw a football, you want a nice spiral. Yeah, the spiral line is good for spinal. On each exhale, you could even try and get a little bit deeper into the stretch. So inhale, and then exhale, try and twist a little bit more. A lot of us, we are constantly stuck in the sagittal plane. We never do any coronal or transverse movements. So this is a great way to start working into the transverse plane. You could also see this in a lot of people's gait patterns. Gait pattern, there should be a lot of transverse movement going on because you're doing opposite limbs. When the right arm's forward, your left leg is back and opposite, or everything's working in opposites. But a lot of people, they're actually stuck in the sagittal plane even when they are performing things like gait patterns. Very little arm swing, very little rotation. But anyway, same thing. We're going to do 1 minute. So we got the foot. We got the foot out. We're going to drape the foot over the knee, place that arm behind the head, and then we're going to place that arm over there. 60 seconds, starting now. I'm not positive, but I think this may be a yoga pose as well. I don't know if it has a fancy name or if it's just a seated twist. If you guys know if this is a yoga pose, comment down below. When I was doing rock climbing back in 2017, there was from March to October, I was doing a lot of rock climbing, going 3 to 4 days a week. And I was taking yoga at the time every single Tuesday. I don't recall doing this, but I think it might be a yoga pose. But again, if you guys do yoga, you may know more than I do. So comment down below, is this a yoga pose? And if it is it called the seated twist or does it have a fancy name? Because we're going to be doing a few yoga poses today. Just breathe into it. We've got a few seconds left. Go. Okay, now come out of it. We're going to be doing another myofascial stretch for the spiral line. Again, spiral with an R. This one right over here, we want to get into the banana splits. So for the banana splits, what you're going to do is you're going to kind of get into like a reverse V or an A without the cross, whatever letter you prefer. And what we want to do is with the back leg, you want the toes out. So by placing the toes out, we're going to be able to get a little bit more motion, and we're going to be able to get a little bit more flexion in the trunk as well. It's going to make it a little bit more comfortable and easier. Then with the arms, we want the arms perpendicular to the ground. So we want to be doing this position. And what we want to do is with the bottom arm, the hand that's going to be down on the floor, we want it behind the leg that we are stretching. So it's going to be roughly in line with the heel. And we got 60 seconds starting right now. So we're just gonna open up and we're gonna hold that for 1 minute. Right now we're at the halfway point. So this is, I think that, yeah, this is the 6th one because we've done 2 superficial back lines, 2 superficial front, and now this is the 2nd spiral line. We're doing 10 total today, 2 for each. Here's where they're going to start getting a little bit more difficult. The first half, they were pretty easy, and everybody should be able to get through the first half. Now we're starting to get a little bit more challenging with them. Requires a little bit more stability, coordination. And now we're going to switch sides. So now we're turning over here. So now with the opposite leg, remember your toes are pointing out a little bit. With these toes, they can be pointing straight out there. Your hand, you're going to want it behind the leg. And we've got 60 seconds starting now. And we really want to open up as much as we can. If you're limited, if this is all you can do, just force it as much as you can. So really push out and open up as much as you can. With all of these poses, you don't need to mimic me. The important thing is that you're going as much as you can. For me, I'm not even doing it perfectly. I should be getting more rotation. My chest is not quite as open as I would like it to be. So for you, it may not look exactly the same as how I'm doing it, but don't worry about that. The important part is that you have the intention of rotating your body toward, so that your arm is up toward the sky and your chest is facing forward. Go! Okay. And that concludes the 2 stretches for the spiral line. Next, we are going to be moving on to the deep front line. That was just a tiny taste of what can be found in my members only section. If you enjoyed it, become a member for only $5 a month to get access to hundreds of member only videos.